Hey guys, welcome to another video and welcome to Sculpted Hair. If it's your first time here, my name is Lena and I'm a hair cutting specialist and I'm transitioning into doing color. And on this channel, we talk all about hair and I share with you everything that I know about hair so that you can fall in love with your hair. Because my philosophy is that your hair is yours and only you can do whatever you want with it. Nobody has a say in how you wear your hair. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the thumbs up button because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. So you'll notice that my background is a little bit different today. I am currently in Dubai and I am going to be staying here in the UAE. I used to be in Canada, so now I've moved. I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can have really voluminous hair. If you have fine hair, this is a really good video for you. Number one, you're going to need a haircut that adds a lot of layers to your hair. So I'm going to put some examples up here. You can get a shag, you can go short and just get all those layers in the hair. So go short, you can get a pixie, you can get a bixie, you can get all kinds of like crown layers, you can get the Rachel, so that kind of like really 90s big hair, but that really does start with the haircut. It's a lot of styling as well. The shag is less styling, but you might need some more like powder or kind of like a dry shampoo to really bring out the waves and the layers on top. But the main thing here is that you want a lot of short pieces at the top and short layers up here, because that's how you're going to be able to kind of just wash and go, like rough it up a little bit and you'll get all of that beautiful volume. So that's what I specialize in. I've always done these kind of haircuts for my clients. If they want more volume, we go really short on top. So the crown layers are really important. And again, that means that you could get a shag, you can get a shorter cut, you can get kind of like a graduated bob. That's not so much really tilted to the top where it almost looks like a Karen haircut. It's kind of like a little bit lower, so it looks a little bit more classy, but it gives you the ability to fluff up your hair, put in a little bit of dry shampoo, some powder, and be able to push your hair off the roots. Because ultimately, when your hair is a certain length, so if it goes like beyond your jawline, if it goes down here or even lower here, depending on the quality of your hair. Some people have just heavier hair than others where as soon as it grows kind of past their cheekbones, it automatically falls flat. So you might need to go a little bit shorter for you, or just add a little bit more texture at the roots, which is something that I do for my clients. We cut at the roots in between the hairs and we hide it. It's not always the best idea to cut up here, but if you have a ton of hair, it's possible to conceal that. But I would definitely tell my client before I do that so that they know that if they need to kind of tame that and put a cream on it or maybe just flat iron it, they know what's coming. So it is an option to do those little layers at the roots. I don't always recommend it. I recommend doing it at the back so that it's hiding. However, let me go back to my other point. Some people have heavier hair than others. Some people just have kind of a medium density that where the hair itself just falls straight and it's also heavy. So all of that hair, and it's also very thick, so very high density hair is going to fall very heavy. And what that ends up doing is like there's a certain length that's just going to weigh your face down and you're not going to enjoy styling it because it doesn't move. So the whole point of getting a really edgy kind of shattered messy haircut, that's going to give you the bounce that you want. However, I do have to make a disclaimer that just because you get those layers, it doesn't automatically mean that your hair is going to style itself. A lot of times we have to give our hair a little bit of help. So you might need to use a little bit of heat, you might need to use a little powder, like a roller set, that kind of thing. So I see a lot of people, they get the haircut and they're like, oh, it's just not sitting properly. You're gonna have to use clips. If you have a cowlick in the front, or if you have a really prominent crown or if you double crowned, some people have 3 or 4 crowns on their hair. And what I suggest is that they wear a beanie on top so that it kind of flattens all of those whirls that are going on in the back. And then once they take off the beanie, they can shake it and all of those crowns are pushing the hair up and it'll give you the exact volume that you need with, of course, the haircut. So the haircut is one piece of the puzzle. Obviously, it's the main structure of the hair, but you do have to give it a little bit of help to get that big, bouncy, fluffy, voluminous hair that we all love. Number 2, we're going to need a powder to allow us to fluff up the hair. So here are some products that I really love for volume. This one is an exact dupe of the Schwarzkopf powder. I don't know what that one is called. It is red. I'll pop it here. They just make one for consumers and one for professionals, and I think it's double the price of this one. So you can get this on Amazon. I'll link it all below. If you are in Canada, you can get it at Shoppers Drug Mart. Just stay aware of all of the sales that go on. I got this on sale. It wasn't too expensive. I think it was like 10 bucks for one. I do have to warn you, this one is really strong. This is a powder that I haven't even used it yet, but I know that everybody in film and who do updos, they do weddings, they love this one because it's so powerful and it's very strong. So it's basically like glue on your hair. Okay, so when using it, use sparingly and only use it on your crown right here where you just want a little bit of volume, and then add as needed. This is something that you probably can't brush through. It's not like a day-to-day volumizing powder, but if you're trying to get hair that lasts forever, voluminous hair that lasts forever, this is the one that you want to use. The next one that has less intensity that I also really love to use is this one. This is the Kevin Murphy Powder Puff. It's also extremely popular, but again, you can't really run your fingers through it, through your hair. Once you put it on, it does turn quite strong. Woo! Once you rub it in here, it disappears and it turns a little bit tacky. I'll bring it close to the mic so you guys can hear. It feels like glue, like my fingers aren't moving, see? It just gets tacky and sticky. With these types of products, you guys have to use a clarifying shampoo. You can't just leave this on your hair and not wash your hair for a week. These are the types of products that are going to cause a lot of buildup on your scalp, and you're going to absolutely have to wash your hair because this is not good. Like, this is not a product that you want to just keep on your scalp forever. Your skin is not going to love this, okay? I'm gonna have to wash my hands in a bit. This is the Got To Be, by the way. I didn't even mention the names. I'm gonna tap a little bit. It's nice and soft at first. It feels very, oh my God, that is so tacky. I don't know if you can hear that. If you have like a 12-hour shift and you just want that volume at the roots, then the Got To Be is a great one. Finally, I'm going to introduce you to powder from Hair Story. If you haven't heard of Hair Story yet, I'm going to make a whole other video going through the entire line because I think it's one of the best lines out there. This powder is my client's favorite volumizing powder from everything that I've introduced them to. Like, I've used Moroccan oil and I've used Design Me and I've used the Kevin Murphy, and they usually use something like Batiste from the drugstore. But when I introduce them to this one, they say like this is the best they have ever used. And the reason for that is it's very light and it doesn't have that tackiness that you get with the other brands, and it smells so nice and it's all natural. It's actually quite silky and soft and smooth, and it doesn't sit on your scalp the way the other products do because you can actually run your fingers through your hair when you use this. So you can put it on, run your fingers through, fluff it up, and it just feels amazing. It feels so soft and so smooth. Highly recommend the powder if you're looking for something that's going to be used on a daily basis and it's not going to clog your pores or your scalp the way these other products will. And obviously, I forgot to say that it does give really good volume. So if you have nice bangs and if you want to create those beautiful bangs at the top, I use it on all my clients. Everybody loves it. It is just the best. Number 3 is bleaching your hair. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can get highlights all over. You can also do a full-on bleach and tone, which is a global blonding, and you would just bleach your whole head. What bleaching does is it fattens the hair. It literally just swells up the hair, swells up the cuticle, and it makes the hair twice the size. So if you're really thinking about going blonde and you need volume, just highlight your hair. Get highlights, and then you don't have to consistently get highlights done. You can just get partials going forward, and you will get that beautiful voluminous fluff at the top. You can even go shorter and bleach out your whole head, and you will feel like you have twice the amount of hair. Number 4, getting a root lift perm. These perms are very, very cool. I don't like to do perms, and I don't like to do anything that is keratin based or anything that's chemical based because I am very health conscious and I don't want to breathe in those fumes. Asian salons are very well known for this. I have a lot of Asian clients who get the root lift perm, which is basically a perm, but it's at your roots and it's meant to just lift the hair. So I'm going to put a quick video here, and if I can't, then I will link something below. It's a very, very good idea if you have tried everything and you just need something to give you that extra oomph at the roots that you don't have to think about. You can just blast your hair dryer right out of the shower or air dry your hair, and your hair naturally will lift. Now, this will mean that you'll have to consistently get this done. I'm not sure for how long. Depends on how fast your hair grows, but you can definitely get that chemical permanent root lift perm, which I think is super cool. Number 5, and the last one, this is crimping your hair at the root. This is a crimper. This is by a brand called Aria. This is 1 inch. This is a trick that a lot of hairdressers use for doing updos and for working with really, really fine hair. And we just need to create that extra texture. If you take this and you take this whole section, take a circle out, you start crimping that right at the root, like the first about 2 inches. I mean, you could crimp your whole head, but you don't have to. You can crimp the first 2 inches there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's gonna get that beautiful volume at the roots. You can obviously add a little bit of powder, your favorite dry shampoo, and you are off to the races. Really good if if you are doing an updo or a half up, you just want that extra oomph at the roots. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are my 5 ways to create volume at the roots. A lot of them are not very well known, so I hope this video helped you. If it did, please leave a comment and let me know what your favorite way to volumize your hair is, if I've missed anything. And make sure you subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at Lena Does Hair, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.